Shout out to Milf Manor. So this is the new TLC show. Welcome to Milf Manor, the most repulsive, exploitative, sordid, hate-to-hate show of all time, where blindfolded moms rub down shirtless sons and TV finally hits rock bottom. So I want to talk about social decay. How about the fact that TLC, which used to be the Learning Channel, right? It is now the home of like the Jazz Jennings show and 90 Day Fiance. It's the Freak Show channel. They have all the like 600-pound lives. Like it is literally just the Freak Show channel. They have this new show called Milf Manor. And literally, I think I came across the trailer while I was like organically watching TV, which is kind of rare, but I saw it. And I remember literally just closing my eyes in just sheer disgust and being like, has society really dwindled down to this? Because it's a show just brazenly promoting incest. I mean, the setup is basically, it's a bunch of MILFs, older moms, which if that's what you're into, hey, older women need love too. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is the bachelors in the show are all of their sons. So they're like in this dating situation in a house with all of their sons. And they have to date each other's sons. And it's just very demented. It's very sick. And you know what? With all this talk of like the age gap stuff, right? Like Leonardo DiCaprio is apparently like a pedo light because he dates like, you know, young women or whatever that are all legal age. But people say he's like a pedo light. There is something to be said about like people pay less attention to like predatory age gaps when it comes to like older women and younger like guys. I've always been the kind of person that like, I know that like men are biologically, you know, hardwired to be attracted to younger women. There's been studies that show that that men of pretty much all ages from like 20 to 60 are most attracted to women ages like 19 to 22. That's like the golden zone for what most men are attracted to. I do think there's something particularly like mentally stunted about an older woman. People are going to say I'm cougar shaming. I don't care. Who are like super into like 19-year-old guys, 20-year-old guys. Like that to me is demented. Because as a woman, it's like, you know, I wouldn't ever even date someone like in my 20s that is in their 20s, like a guy, because men in their 20s are hella immature. Like every guy I've ever dated has been like at least 5 or 6 years older than me, because it's just like men in their 20s are so immature. So if you're like a 40, 50-year-old woman and you want to date like a 19-year-old boy, I don't care. Something's wrong with you. There's something like not fully formed in your brain. Like something's definitely wrong with you. Unless you just want it for like the sexual factor, which like I guess that would probably be great sex, but also like you. Like, I don't know. I feel like dating anyone of any gender, dating someone that's such a massive age gap. I'm not one of these people that's like, oh, it's like basically being a pedo, because I don't believe that, right? If everyone's an adult, everyone's an adult. But it is gross, in my opinion. It is, there is like a touch of predacious energy if you have to date someone who don't know shit about life. Like I don't know. It's like, so I'm 29. If all of a sudden I was like dating some like 21-year-old guy, like you mean to tell me people wouldn't be looking at me like, what? I'd be looking at myself like, what am I doing? Can you even rent a car at 21? Don't you have to be like 22 or something, or 23? I don't know. Anyways, let's watch this clip from Milf Manor. Hold on to your breakfast.
The moms get a blindfold and you have to go up and touch all of the young men and figure out by touching their chests and abs and shoulders which one is their son. The 2 moms that figure out who their son is the quickest win the best suites in the whole house. So the competition is on.
I need you guys to help me find my son if you want to hang out with me tonight.
Absolutely demented. I know that incest is like a big thing in the sense of like, obviously like incest happens in families and it's a part of the human condition that some people just do that shit. And I know that, you know, incest porn is like a thing or at least like pretending to be, you know, acting or whatever. I think the show is basically just capitalizing on that. The show is basically just saying, we know people are into this. We're going to make a show that really treads that line. Absolutely disgusting. I mean, I can't. I guess the thing that makes it so weird when it's like an older woman and a younger man is that we can understand why older men are into like younger women. That's like a biological hardwire. Men are attracted to fertility. They want to spread their seed. That's like what their animal brain tells them. What is the evolutionary explanation for older women who are into younger guys? Again, not shaming as long as everyone's legal. I'm shaming this show. This show is a disgusting premise. But just the idea of an older woman with a younger man in general, it's like, I would understand it more if there was like an evolutionary reasoning behind it, right? But I guess there isn't, and that's why it's so much more rare than if the genders are swapped. Vile. TLC is nasty. That's why like they have all these trans shows on TLC. I'm like, you are a joke if you're a trans person who appears on TLC, because this is the freak show channel. Next, so people are trying to cancel Mr. Beast for, first of all, I'm pretty sure he's like the most subscribed to person on YouTube. So the idea you can cancel him, it's like, what are you going to do? Even if this cancellation attempt on him worked and he lost, let's say, 1 million subscribers, I don't even know how much he has, but that's clearly still nothing. Regardless, Mr. Beast's blindness video puts systemic ableism on display, says this disgusting woke journalist. Is there no depth to the hole that is the woke mindset? I mean, you have a guy who, I'm getting ahead of myself, and in case you didn't know, I'm sure you do, Mr. Beast did a video where he cured a bunch of people's blindness. And the video has been viewed over 76 million times. Amazing use of a platform, amazing use of money. You know, it's like people scream at people all day long that are influencers and that have money. Use your money for good. Use your platform for good. Use this for good. Those same people don't do shit for people on their own time, right? Those same people, you couldn't find them helping out a homeless person. You couldn't find them financing someone to cure their blindness. And then Mr. Beast does it to the tune of like, I think it was like, maybe I'm wrong, I think it was like over 100 people he did this for. It was like 1,000. I think it was 1,000. Talk about good karma, just saying. So of course, people like Hassan Piker and like the wokies on Twitter are saying that, first of all, it's ableism to imply that someone should have eyesight if they happen to be blind. It's so crazy that like this has to even be an argument. Yes, if you don't have your eyesight, your quality of life, your ability to be a participating member of society, your happiness, your mental health, everything is going to go up if that problem was taken away. And the fact that that's ableist to say that is just so mentally ill. And can I just say, is ableism really a thing? I question if it's really a thing in the sense of, are there people who really like hate people who are disabled? I'm not sure that's like a thing. I've never encountered anyone who's just like, oh man, I just hate people in wheelchairs. I just hate people who are blind. I just hate people. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. It's really not a thing. You know, I get that like every group that isn't just like a straight white male has to be some like marginalized group in people's minds, but do people really just harbor hatred for disabled people? I mean, I could acknowledge, of course, that there are situations in which someone may be treated unfairly because of a disability. Maybe because wokies are always just projections. They're always just projecting what they actually feel. Clearly, you think something negative of people who are blind if you feel like they're somehow, like, what are you talking about? So, you know, shout out to Mr. Beast, because that's an amazing way to use a platform. And people like to shit on like, you know, altruistic videos of like people giving money to homeless people and whatever. And I know some of them are fake and that's really disgusting. I've seen the fake ones. But like, you just can't win with these people. It's like you help people and you get attacked. You don't help people, you get attacked. It's like you can see why. This is what you see. You can see why people who are rich and do have platforms and don't do shit kind of don't, because They're getting attacked either way. So why would they even help people, right? So again, ableist, so stupid. If you guys enjoyed that short clip from the podcast, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel as well as my main channel and watch the full episode, which will be somewhere on the screen.